Hello and welcome back, everyone. We're gonna get rid of that. Sure, we'll do that one. Um, I have my sound off right now. I've been getting kind of distracted. I'm still not feeling very well, but I wanted to make a quick recording. Hopefully, there isn't a lot of noise, but yeah, we're keeping our objectives aligned with what we actually want to do, what's useful for us, so we can get these objectives completed. As I mentioned before, it's important to pick objectives that make sense. Like making 1,000 water or whatever right now doesn't make any sense. We don't need to worry about that. You will notice that we have only 3 people in our power production right now. We moved 2 of them to get their endurances trained. Not you. You, and I think this guy. Yeah, so they're getting their endurance trained up right now. We do have other individuals who have, like, she's at full strength, but her endurance is not good. So we're going to level her up so she builds up more hit points. And Adam Graham here, he's almost completely trained up. Now I want to focus on how we're able to reduce from 4 people to 3 people. Now, in a work context, some people might think, "Oh, you're getting fired or whatever." No, you're getting better trained. So people as a resource become more flexible. One thing I want to point out is our power production per minute's 34.2, and our consumption is 33 point, well, basically 4. So that's pretty close. Normally, before, when we had all those incidents, we wouldn't want to run things that close, but because we got rid of the incidents, which could easily be considered to be like issues, opportunities, problems in the workplace. We were having fires, we were getting attacked. Somehow they're making it through our vault door. We're getting, mole rats attacking us all the time. It was just constant disruptions that were taking us away from being fully productive. And like process improvement, business process improvement, change management is more of an overall with business process management. But I basically looked at it that we did Kaizen events by eliminating those. So we did use a mod to just shut them off. But I'm thinking, like, the training that our people are doing, we could say that they're training and they're doing Kaizen events while they're training their skills, because we have extra people and they figured out a solution. So we're able to train up an additional dweller because our productivity is maximized. Now, Anna Frost is still not fully trained. She was the one that had the highest levels. I started with the lowest level ones because they were adding less to the situation. But Peter Snow and Nathan Graham. Oh, I got to do my naming convention. L, whoops, E10L4. So we know that we can level him up, and we can change Peter's name here too. So he became endurance level 10 at level 7. So we have a rough idea what their hit points are because they don't display them, strangely enough. We're able to level up these dwellers, which is why I picked this challenge, because it's something we can do. We're not going to level her up yet because her endurance is still very low. We were able to free up the heavier weapons that were here because of those threats. So we're able to use them with our Wasteland Explorers. We're going to take a quick look at them. We need more radios. We need radios, fans, and magnifying glasses to produce more rusty laser pistols, and like these scoped 44s, they have both of those. They have radios and they have magnifying glasses, and these have fans in them. I forget what the rifles have. They might have something useful too, but we're figuring out how to use our resources most effectively. We're basically figuring out their bill of materials and how we can get more of that, how we can scrap what we have, use the resources we have to create the resources we need. So these two are kind of extra right now, but they're our weapon production team. So they're producing rusty laser pistols every 2 hours or so, just under 2 hours. They're gaining levels from this. So I should do this too. Excuse me, I'm still coughing. So we'll say L10 because we're sure about that. Although, actually, we did level them up a couple times. I think it was L8. We leveled both of them up twice. I remember that. For sure, twice. So we know what their hit points are. That becomes very valuable later when we have extra people and more people get cross-trained and we want to send people out into the wasteland. It's good to know how many hit points they have, and then that gives us information that we can kind of figure out, who best to send out. We have Judith here. She's fully trained on endurance, so she's leveling up. We have her naming convention sorted, and she's cranking out stim packs right now. Her intelligence is not maximized, but we are training up Brenda on her endurance right now. Her intelligence is very close. It doesn't really matter what we train her on. And Francis is actually a little bit ahead with the endurance and intelligence training. So soon she's going to be able to additionally make Radaway, so we can bank these up as much as we can for our explorers, because sometimes we're going to have a bunch of them that come back, and then waiting to refill from the 25 is really annoying. So I'm glad that we changed that. It makes more sense. Like, we're not going to go crazy and make like 1 million of each. At that point, storage would definitely be a problem. But for what we're doing now, if we have a couple hundred, that makes sense. And our cross trainers, people are still training. Like, she's almost fully trained. 52 minutes, we're going to have another strength individual. And at that point, we can supplement the production even though we don't need it because we're running very, very lean. We're basically doing pretty close to like a just-in-time kind of a thing, because we're making what we need just as much as we need when we need it. So it's more efficient. And people say, oh, well, what if something happens, or what if you turn on the emergency thing again? Well, we just grab one of our people if they're creating outfits or whatever. If we have a group of them, we take one, put them in the power room, and we're golden. So the cross-training aspect in the game and in reality is extremely useful. So people will be moving around a bit more, and not everyone likes that in work, in real life. I get it, especially if they're newer or if they have a lot of things going on in their life in and out of work, especially out of work, because they're a little distracted maybe. But having things, being able to cross-train and being fully trained on what you're doing, so you know what you're doing and you have your SOPs, you have your lists, you have resources to support you when you're doing different work, it makes it way easier. I've done that many, many times. I've been cross-trained in every manufacturing and every distribution position on the floor, and quite a few of them in the office. So you turn into like a multi-tool kind of a thing at work, and it's like, oh, we need you to receive. Okay, can you replenish after you receive? Can you do an inventory audit? Can you cycle counts? Can you just move product? Can you help with this picking thing? Can you help with that packing procedure? it makes the day more interesting to me, and it makes the job more interesting so I don't get as bored or as complacent. So it's very useful that way. We are cross training. We're probably going to cross train these individuals up to maximum, but I'm focusing on their endurance right now because we are going to be swapping people out. Possibly for endurance, we have 5 there, 4 there. So there's 1 spot open, 2 spots open, 3 spots open, 4 or 5 spots open. So we're not hurting for space for the endurance, but I want to get everybody up to 10, rename them with the naming convention, then we don't have to worry about that anymore. And then, like these ladies here, they're producing, we're leveling them up. Oh, I didn't do their names. So they were at, shoot, I can't believe I forgot about that. I think they were at like level, we'll say level 6, because I've leveled them up quite a bit as things have been going on. I'm fairly certain it was 6. So yeah, because they were our first people that were fully trained as a specialist on agility and endurance. So it makes a huge difference. And then we can level them, so we don't have to worry about that. Can we level this guy? We can level this guy. And he has a higher perception, so I figured we'd put him here in the entrance. Yeah, she's still not fully trained, but she will be. She's next to be trained. And once we're able to swap her out, then we're able to level up everybody here. And people wonder, oh, well, how do you know if they're related, if you want to breed or, whatever, have kids, increase the population? If you put them in the room and you zoom in, they'll say, oh, it's so great hanging out with families. So then you know that they're related and they are not able to do those things. I'm not going to change that with the mod because there are situations where people, that situations that just don't work. So I want to having that bit of a limitation's okay by me. Collect 6,500 caps in the wasteland. We'll keep that one up. That looks like it's more challenging. That'll take a bit of time. And we do have 3 people out there. So we'll be able to get that fairly soon. Excuse me. So I'm going to be awake probably for the next couple hours. So let's go train him with Sarah H., who's going to be a more dedicated wasteland explorer. And we're going to train up her abilities as much as we can. One sec, I just got to pause. I still have my sore throat. Really sorry about that, guys. I seem to have caught some kind of cold. So this we'll be able to do, crafting weapons. That'll take a bit of time, but we'll get it done. The leveling, we're almost done. It's more about banking as many of these as you can and making them successes, and that's like process improvement, right? Or that's, oh, we have a specific target. We need to make 3 weapons, for a situation or a customer or something like that. It's, like a custom order. Those come in all the time. Or just a regular order. It's just, now they're ordering this thing. Now we need this thing. So overall, things are training very well. She was cross-trained. Yeah, I did cross-train some of them with perception because we didn't have the situation where we could improve the endurance as much as we wanted, but I'm going to be improving that first. And when the endurance is trained up, wait, don't we have 3 medical? Because we're swapping them out. I don't, oh, there she is. So we're going to keep training her until her intelligence is going to be top. And then we can put her in intelligence training and then put her in intelligence training, and then we'll just keep cycling them out so that they can get as trained as possible. Or yeah, we'll train her up and then put Judith in training. And then, yep, they'll more or less, yeah, whatever. It's good to have 3 people when you have 2 rooms, because then you can have 2 in operation and 1 training, so you know you're getting ahead, which is very important. And yeah, we already looked at them. We gave her the 2 perception plus 3 endurance advanced radiation suit, so hopefully she's not going to change into another 5 stat outfit. Sorry. Um, like she did last time, and she missed a few hit points, but that's not a big deal. We're not going to stress about that. She's the Rusty Railway Rifle, and she's bringing us clocks and weapons that we can bring down. Look at Sharon. She already picked up blue junk, so that's really good. And Anna's going to be coming back. She'll be back at some point tomorrow morning, but she has, I don't know if we already looked at this. She has recipes, 2 kind of mid-range weapons, but they're still useful, and lots of junk, lots of stuff we can scrap, some blue items, some rusty laser pistols. I realize that the rusty laser pistols and the enhanced sawed-off shotguns basically do the same amount of damage, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Well, because I want to get everybody equipped with the maximum level weapons. Like, this does 6 to 8, and the rusty laser pistols do 7, and in most cases through the game it's like the same, but they use different components to be crafted, and it'll be endurance for the shotguns, but that's fine because we have 10 endurance. See, that cross training allows us to build, both of the main kind of weapons that we want to build right now at maximum speed. And when we get more of the strength people involved and perception, then we'll be able to build more variety, or we'll just keep training them up. We'll just keep cross training people with S, P, E, and A, so they can make pretty much anything. So I think that's all we really need to cover today. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna take a bit of a risk and pause this at this point. Hopefully the recording software doesn't spaz out on me. If it does, I might just need to, because it unpauses itself, or it crashes. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this a standalone video. It's just going to be a smaller update. And of course, if anybody has any questions, let me know. And and things are running very, very smoothly now that we got those incidents under control. Kaizen events, Kaizen blitzes, whatever you want to call them. It's amazing for solving problems. But in reality, make sure you always start off with 5S, which in a way is we got our dwellers sorted, we got our environment sorted, so there isn't the fires and everything as well. The Kaizen and the 5S go hand in hand. Almost every time, actually. Every time I can think of it. If you don't have 5S working properly, then that's where you start. Before you do the Kaizen event, you focus on how you can get the 5S sorted and get everything standardized and sustained and clean and safe. And there's lots of benefits from that. Teamwork, you go through less equipment because you're putting them back on the shelf instead of leaving them on a pallet and then they get shipped to the customer. Oh wow, has that happened so many times. Tape measures, hammers, order sheets, you name it. Incorrect products. So, fixing the small issues is a really great idea. And then you can build onto the bigger ones. You do the continuous improvement and you have kind of a line going up, at kind of a shallow angle, but you do a couple small improvements, boom, you hit a big improvement. And you really take off and something big gets fixed. And then people don't have to deal with it anymore. They can focus on their work. They have less to complain about, less to stress about, and there's less non-value added activities. You can focus on the value added activities after you eliminate the non-value added activities or reduce them as much as possible. And then you're able to really move. Like, you can be much more efficient and get way more done. Way more done. I've seen it time and time again. Small things add up to big things. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to do my best to get rid of this sore throat. And I hope all of you have a great day, and we'll see you next time.